Okay, this is the 401k trap part 2. So a couple things I wanted to say. What's important to know when you're putting into your retirement, there's 3 other factors I didn't get to talk about in my last video. The first one is that retirement is based on your hourly wage. So let's say you're doing a contract where you're taking home $2,000 a week. Not all of that is what your retirement amount percentage is based off. Let's say you want to put in 50% of your paycheck. I know that sounds like a lot, but that's only 50% of your hourly, not your tax-free stipends. So you may not be putting it as much as you think, and it's a number you have to play around with until you want to get the desired result. That also means that if you're putting in, let's say 10% of income, that's 10% of your hourly, which is typically lower as a traveler, which also means that the part that's matching from your company is lower because they're matching that lower amount. So that's something you need to pay attention to, and like make sure you're checking your pay stubs to decide that that's the amount you want to put. And you may need to put more than the standard recommended online to meet retirement goals because you're only doing it based on your hourly, not your stipends, and so you may need to do a higher percentage. The other 2 things, there's a certain amount, so aside from being vested, there may also be a minimum. So one of the companies I work for wanted you to have at least $5,000 in your retirement account. If you did not have at least $5,000 and you ended up leaving or ending your contract and not taking another one, you only had so many months to roll that over to another retirement account, or they were gonna automatically either convert it to a IRA or kick it out to you, which then it's gonna be taxed. So really read that as well, because that actually happened to Carrie, who's my wife and another traveler with me. She didn't meet the minimum and it automatically got dispersed to her, which is kind of a bummer because we basically got taxed on that and we wanted to keep using it. The upside is when you switch companies, you can roll that over. So I've worked with, let's say 3 different companies in the span of the last couple years. Every company uses the same retirement account. So when I end one job, I just roll it over to the next one and I continue to put into that same amount. So the pot is higher, therefore hopefully getting a little bit better returns during like every month or whatever percentage they're getting. So that's been one way to also increase it. So know that it's only based off your income. That's what you're taking, or that's what your percentage you're drawing from, not your tax-free stipends. There may be a minimum you have to have in the retirement account, so make sure when you leave a contract you have that, or else it may get kicked out. So pay attention to what's going on, and then just make sure, or if you switch companies, like I said, you can roll it over to another company and then continue to add to it. So those are all 3 important factors you want to be aware of when you're doing anything with your 401k. Let me know in the comments below, what did I miss? What questions do you have? And we'll go from there. We do other retirement accounts as well, so like I said, I'll do a topic if you got any questions.